A property that I've been after for a year and a half with a bank, and um, and not been able to get access. Broker to the stars and me. Jay gets me access, and this place is unbelievably horrible, and I love it. So I'm going to take you guys for a tour, but this is the kind of stuff that we look for. We want the worst of the worst because we're going to make it better, and we're going to make it affordable housing. So that's why we love what we do. But I'll take you guys through a tour, and yeah, you're not even going to believe this place. It's gross, and I love it. So here's the view when you walk in. We're not sure how long this has been abandoned, but it's been abandoned for some time. That's probably mildew. And then here is where a ceiling's missing. So all those beams, but you check out those look at those old beams. That's amazing. They're beautiful still, right? It's just that cheap board that they use on top to make the roof, right? You got plants growing out of your baseboard. That's a bonus. And then yeah, this is just in the entryway. And then 3 guesses. First 2 don't count. Do you think that's lead paint? Don't know. Haven't tested it, so can't confirm. I bet $1 million that those outlets, even though they're 3-prong, are not grounded. But I can't test them because there's no power here. So here's the cool stuff that we see. Check that action out. That is an original late 1800s tin roof or tin ceiling, and it's got all of the beautiful crown work around it too. Like, this is the stuff. Like, we would spend so much money restoring this thing, but man, it's just too cool to not restore it. So here is the thing. Jay, have we ever seen this in a house?
Not in a kitchen, that's for sure.
So here's the kitchen. That's right. That is the kitchen. I'm not going to go any further over because I'm what some would say have a weight problem. So I'm not going to go any further, but this is what abandoned properties look like. You know, this is why the banks don't want them. I was excited when I saw the price.
Yeah.
Now he's screwed.
Yeah. He's
Not getting anywhere near that. Because this house needs everything, including a basement floor. And let me see. Sorry if I'm missing your questions, guys. Let's see here. Let me see if I can get to the. Oh, there we go. Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, good morning. Good morning. But this is. Whew, you can see daylight there. That's never good on the inside. That's not a feature. But this is what happens when banks get properties back and they don't take care of them. And look at this. Like, this thing got so wet and the roof leak was so bad that it weakened the entire floor and the entire floor collapsed. That's just unbelievable. I've been doing this for 22 years and I've never seen anything like that. It's unbelievable. And pretty sure that's not mildew. That's mold. But I can't say that because I'm not qualified to say that. Well, that's interesting. Beautiful bathroom. And I wish that this had smell-o-vision on it because the smell out of this place is horrible. But here's the cool thing. This room, totally lost in time. Gorgeous original woodwork. Gorgeous windows. I love this window design. We're actually doing this window design at the new project that I haven't told the community that we're doing yet because we seemingly can't close on time. But here's the original wood floors. Those are, if I had to guess, I would guess that those are maple. And then we've got them also here throughout the rest of the house. Cool original hardware crystal doorknobs. Oh, there's a rat.
And the friend in the corner.
There you go. That's what you also get to see with this stuff. It's funny because you find him there and it's like, what made him die?
Yeah. The house.
The house has already taken one of them out. They did leave the nice surround sound set up. That is a nice surround sound set up. All right, so we're going to go upstairs and check this thing out. But yeah, this is. Have we seen if this is electric yet? Electric heat, or have we seen if there's a?
I think it's forced hot water.
I kind of don't want to put my hand in there. Yeah, it looks like it's
Yeah.
forced hot water. That's a nice little return right there. This is not how you do it. That right there is not how you do it. That's awful. All right, we'll go upstairs. Apparently this person had a lot of questions. But cool French doors going in. So we're tabbing this as, what do we got here? It's just a lot of wasted space, in all honesty.
It's just going to be 3 beds upstairs, but I'm sure you could rearrange.
Yeah. Well, but downstairs, you got a whole nother bed. We got a room that can be converted to a bedroom. So quick rule on bedrooms and, oh yeah, look at that. That carpet looked like this. And now it looks like that. That's why we never put carpet in our places. This is old lathe board and plaster. So here, I'll get it so you can see it better. That's held on. They wallpaper over it. And then that's usually what they would do is instead of repairing the plaster, they just wallpaper over it. But this is the old lathe board, and then they spread the plaster over it. Stuff is super, super durable. Yeah, here's your popcorn ceiling falling off from moisture. Bedroom into. Oh, Renai's are up here. Oh, Jay, I don't think I've ever seen.
It looks like someone died there, literally.
That is interesting. That is definitely biohazard, but we'd rip up the carpets.
And probably the subfloor.
Subfloor 2, yeah. Subfloor 2. Hey, Jesse Thomas, good morning. Yeah, that is horrible, Brandon Little. It is. It's awful. It's awful. But again, here's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. It costs just as much money to rip up something like this that is completely horribly awful as it does to rip up something that's a D or a C. It takes the same amount of effort to rip this stuff up. So there's no reason, there's nothing to be scared of. No, there's no electric here. Oh, that's priceless. Hey, you got a light on your phone? Normally I would never ask. So there's the tub. Oh, thank God there's no body in it. Yeah, there we go. Whoa, that's a big, deep tub. Holy Toledo. That's an expensive tub, too. That's an expensive Whirlpool tub. There's the power button right there. Back. Yeah. Stuff. This is awesome. This place is awesome. All right, we'll take you to the third bedroom. Oh, it's a pink bedroom. So this is a cute little starter home. Holy cow, is it awful. I think that they have grossly overestimated what this place is worth. What do you think, Jay?
Yeah.
What do you think this thing is worth?
Just over 100?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's the right number. See, the issue is I wonder under these carpets if all that original wood still sits.
Yeah.
It probably does. But what we're looking at is the roof system has failed. So all that has to be redone. There's no doubt in my mind it has to be resheeted. And so when you look at a typical roof, a lot of times when you get a price quote, it's going to be on just reshingling. And then they might throw in the cost of basically replacing 1 or 2 boards, which is basically a board. What I mean by that is that's a 4x8 sheet of CDX or plywood. And so here's the view outside. Here's the Renai heater. Ooh, just felt that floor give way. I'm just going to do this. If the original wood would I keep? Heck yeah, I would absolutely. Depends on how stained it is. Depends on if the carpets are this stained, it could be really stained underneath. So the hope is, in fact, I'm going to do something I don't usually do, but it's because this house is completely abandoned. So, let's see. wide plank. So it's wide plank flooring. Wide plank flooring. That stuff's cool. So Jay, it's wide plank up here.
Wide plank pine?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep, wide plank pine. Now the difference is when you buy wide plank pine today, the trees aren't nearly as old, so the wood's much softer. The old wide plank pine was cut down from trees that have been here hundreds of years. So they're not 20-year-old trees and 30-year-old trees, and as they get older and older, that's when you get the rings in the trees, and they also grow out larger. But you get what's called a denser packed or a denser wood. It's a harder wood, so it hardens more because it's older, and so it gets more dense. And so when you're looking at most forestry stuff is harvested 20, 30 years. And so the newer wood isn't nearly as dense, not nearly as strong, it's softer wood. And so that's where this old wood is always better because it's far more dense, it's less likely to dent, and it's more resistant and resilient to pretty much everything. So, but yeah, this is the casa. I mean, so convert this. So this is where you pick up a fourth bedroom. This is the key to this game. You pick up a fourth bedroom here.
The rat bedroom.
The rat bedroom. The rat room. But you make this, I mean, you could even do 2 more bedrooms because I would just make this the living room.
Yeah, it's huge.
So this could be, because it's on city water sewer. It's on city water sewer. Yeah. Yeah. So town water, town sewer, but you obviously have to completely redo this. And then, but then you have a 2-bath. Was this ever a duplex?
I don't know.
Huh. It's kind of got oh no, because there's no room for a kitchen upstairs.
That and the zoning for it, because it's on this side,
Yeah.
would have been just
Single family. Yeah.
zoning.
So
Even though we're surrounded by multifamily.
So the good news is you could do a master bedroom right here. You could do another bedroom right here. And then you got 3 bedrooms upstairs. I mean, this legitimately could be a 5-bedroom house. And you'd have to pay to have that professionally done. But you could have that absolutely shot with media blast. Or what they use actual almond shells or walnut shells. And that's the abrasion that they'll actually use. And so it won't warp the metal. It won't heat it up. But it will actually strip all the paint. Makes a big, huge mess, but last time I checked, you're going to have a big, huge mess anyway. So anyway, that's what the Lumberjack Landlord Saturday looks like. Nice. Hey, why are you damaging my ceiling? Yeah, that's not going to that's all rusted. So sadly, you could salvage some of these pieces, but which is sad because this one is probably one of the more ornate ones I've ever seen. Yeah. This is beautiful. When you have crown there, and then you have a pattern, and then a separate pattern here, and then another pattern here, and then an inside square here, and then another pattern here, that is craftsmanship. That is just gorgeous.
Rounded.
Yeah, I mean, oh my goodness. And then this rounded piece like that, I think I've seen that once before. And I see a lot of the stuff. All right, questions. Passion for craft. Yep. Just had a genuine mill worker guy on a show. What a beautiful home. Yeah, this is beautiful. What type of wall? What do you mean invest to wealth? Looks like lots of opportunity. Yep. Perfectly said. Exactly right. Love the red accent color. Yeah, exactly. Scary. Yep. Yeah, I hate carpet. Yeah, it would all go. For sure. It would definitely all go. Yeah, this place is disgusting. It's horrible. But the good news is, if this were in Seattle, it'd already be really destroyed by squatters. That's a shout out to my buddies, Dion and Mike. And Multifamily Strategy. And Jesse Lee. All my buddies there on the left coast. But the funny thing is like this is just abandoned. The only occupant that it had was Mr. Ratatouille. Right there. So that's basically it. That has nice bones. Yep, what style house is that? I don't know what style. I would call it... Yeah, I would call it a New Englander. I agree with that. Here's what's really cool. Check out those doors. Of the house. That's beautiful. Like those doors, we'd take those things off the hinges. We'd have them specially treated. Yeah. I haven't bought it yet. So I appreciate you thinking it's going to be a great home when it's done, but I haven't bought it yet. I think the number is too high based on what it needs. Because not only does it need everything on the inside, it needs everything on the outside too. So it's a lot. It's a lot. Jay, I'm still astonished by this. I've just never seen anything like before. Like we lost an entire floor.
Yeah.
Like that's
It
spectacular.
swallowed up the whole kitchen practically.
It did. It did. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. Would I install new central air heating? It depends on. Do I dare ask? Is there any basement access here?
Yeah.
All right, Jesse, you asked for it. You asked for it, Jesse. We're doing this. Oh, the things I do for you guys, because this is disgusting.
It says don't go.
Don't go.
But we're going.
Yeah, exactly. When have we ever taken advice like that? Now, the key is you never, ever, ever in these old houses get on the stairwell at the same time as another person. That's the rule. Especially when you're pulling the weight that I am, you definitely don't do that with two people on the same set of stairs. Then you're just asking for trouble. Hey. But you know what's really funny, Jay? That's the nicest thing in the house.
Yeah.
That's a brandy new oil tank. That thing's not more than a few years old. Where's the manufacturer date? I don't see one. Oh, 2005. There we go. And there's the panel. That is an old panel. But it's got, here, let me see if I can get that. It's that main lug. Is that a 200? Yeah, it's got 200 service, which is awesome because then you don't have to upgrade that service. So that's open to the elements a little bit.
Open concept.
Apparently. This is the boiler. Holy Lord.
You got a wood stove going up through the same chimney too.
Interesting. That's just for the basement.
Yeah.
And it's a cinder block chimney, so that's been replaced. And then so there's the what year is that? Do we see a tag? 87. Let's see, 119,000 BTUs. It's got a Beckett burner on it with a Honeywell igniter. That's pretty typical. Or Honeywell control, yeah. Is that this is natural gas? This is a gas line.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they had. I mean, did they have gas and convert it? Because it's coming in from the street. I wonder if they shut it off.
The oil tank line is still over here.
It's right here. Yeah, I see the oil tank line still connect. And Jay, that's a newer line. So you can tell it's a newer line because it's orange, and that means if it's just an old oil line, it means it's copper. The newer lines are actually copper, but then they have this insulation around them. Make sure to call it out so somebody doesn't step on it, break it, crimp it. And then here is, they've actually upgraded the plumbing because you got PVC, and then this is into the old cast iron. This is what you call a Fernco. That's called a reducer too. They brought it from that's probably 3-inch to 4-inch. There's your water shut off.
They probably had to clean it out at one point to have a new PVC cap on it.
Yeah, 100% they've had a clog before. Yeah. Those popped. Shark bite. So this is that's the kitchen floor.
/ the kitchen.
It's a true story. All right, so you guys want to know what knob and tube looks like? That's what it looks like. Those are the knobs right there. So those knobs are what we eliminate when we eliminate knob and tube. We actually will, and then these are the tubes. So those are the knobs, and these are the tubes. That's a tube. Knob and tube. Wow. That is spectacular. Like, dude, the whole entire assembly. I wonder how that happened. Like, that's catastrophic. That's amazing. So it looks like somebody's going to be reframing this floor. It might be me. But yeah, this is it in all its glory. Do we want to walk out the other side? Or walk out the basement? Sure. All right. It did have a heater down here, so this is actually really smart. A lot of people don't heat these basements, but there clearly was significant heat loss down here. So these guys actually put a heater, and it had some sort of a built-in thermostat right here. If you see that, that's a built-in thermostat. And so that built-in thermostat basically would essentially allow it to kick on when it probably hit 50 degrees in the basement, and then that thing would kick on just to make sure the basement didn't freeze. Then you see all this mitigation. So this is a unfinished space, or this is the entryway above us, but they put this styrofoam. There it is in all its glory. Think it needs a paint job? The paint was probably holding it together for a little while. All right, more pictures. Let's see. Yeah, JMYC, what happened here? It's an abandoned house. But I've been tracking this house for a year and a half trying to buy it, and the bank wouldn't sell it to me directly. How much would all that cost to get move-in ready? 40K? No, you're probably at all of 100. You're 100,000, maybe 120. Yep, you're 120,000 to get move-in ready because you're doing a roof, you're doing windows, you're doing sheetrock, you're doing electrical upgrade, you're having to rebuild a floor, kitchen floor, kitchen. Yeah, you're 100 to 120 all day long. And that's if you know what you're doing. Do they have a meth explosion in the kitchen? That's a good question, but no, that's definitely not. So I've seen explosions before. That's not an explosion. That's definitely water damage and rot. And it was because it was above a crawl space. Yeah, that's the space where you can see in the house. Are you pointing something out?
That's the kitchen.
That is the kitchen. Yeah, right there. That's the other side of the kitchen. Peter, earthquake. Nope, we don't have those here in New Hampshire, but we're on a fault line, which is interesting. There's the old chimney. See that? That chimney's horrible. It's awful. Yes, 40K before you saw the kitchen. Exactly. How much was the purchase? Didn't purchase it yet. We're gonna make an offer, but they might need it to season on the market a little while, but this thing is torched. It needs a ton of work, but the foundation's good. The stone is good. The brick is good. So all that stuff is good. How do you tell the condition of the foundation of these old houses? Great question. So you just literally, you can look and see if you got brickwork that's falling apart. That brickwork is all really good right there. Usually stuff will fall apart around these cased openings. That's all really good. You see that one spot over there, but that just looks like it needs repointing. So you would cut out that little section, you'd knock out the mortar, and then you basically remortar it and you put brick back in. You can jack it up so you can slide stuff in, and then you can have it sit right on top of it. Now I'm gonna have to do a tick check. I hate that. This is the back of the house.
It must have been a rolled asphalt or rubber roof. Over
It definitely is rolled, yeah. But that's the thing is, how did that go? Like, those things rarely go.
Yeah. You can see over here the whole
Just how long has it been abandoned?
front entry room in the ceiling there.
Yeah. This is when you know you got quality. You got a power line anchor, or you got a pole anchor. Ooh. Yeah, that floor is super soft.
Look at the roof.
Yeah. Oh my word. Yeah, that's why. There you go. There's the roof. Everyone see that? See if I can. Nope, can't squeeze in.
The wrong kind of skylight.
Josh Burdick goes, don't lowball them. They know what they've got. Acreage is not huge. Acreage is about 1/3 of an acre. I mean, it's decent size, but it's not. It's not in town, so it's not really great sized.
The patches, are those from when they insulated?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, so Jay calls out something pretty cool, which is these are insulation patches right here. They'll actually port holes and then blow it in and pack it down into the different bays. But dear God, that's awful. What a horrible job. Why would you ever do it that way? Like, honest to God. So bad. So bad. All right, let's get to some more questions. I love looking at abandoned buildings. Yeah, me too. I like buying them. Really appreciate this. Thank you. You guys are welcome. Lumberjack, love these lives. Oh, good. I'm glad. I literally said to Jag, do you mind if I live stream? I said, I think people want to see this. All right, so this is flashing right there. Do you see that, guys? So that flashing is what's called step flashing, where you basically make a step downwards. So that's how that didn't leak into that side of the house. But that wasn't the problem. The problem was the roof. The roof went bye-bye. The roof went bye-bye. Somebody actually tried to power wash this at one point. That's what those squiggles are. Those are power wash marks in a screen. How do I know that? It's happened to me once or twice when I've hired somebody to power wash a house. Hey, the windows are nice. Or they're at least the newest thing on this house. Yeah, bye-bye roof. Oh yeah, you ain't joking. Yeah, that roof is torched. And actually, so there's the electrical service. So the electrical service is torched as well. So yeah, that's it in all its glory. All right, kids, that's Lumberjack Saturday morning. I'll keep you posted as to what I end up doing with this place, but careful, Jay, that service is snapped. I don't think it's live because it probably would have started a fire, but let's just not. I wouldn't want to have to like linebacker Jay and then have to give him mouth to mouth. Yeah, exactly. That's not something I'd ever look forward to, but I'd do it if I had to. He's that good of an agent. But that is a triple tab roof. If you guys see that roof up there, that's basically a triple tab roof. So that means that roof was probably done. They still sell triple tab now, but it's really rare that it gets installed. So that roof is probably 30 or 40 years old, because that was the standard back in the day. So, Matt Bittner, good question. How did I find this house? So I found out about this house. Man, I'm going to give you a major piece of information. I found out about this house because I talked to the local town inspectors of the houses that they're going to start fining. No joke. That's public record. That's one way I find houses, guys. I actually talk to my town and find out who they're writing fines to, because that's public record. And so this guy is starting to get fines. So guess what he is? A motivated seller. Gold. You guys jumped on early in the morning and you got gold. That is pure gold right there. Almost no one does that approach. So, I hope you guys... Hey, Dion, what's up, buddy? Dion's going to be coming out and visiting me in about, I think, 10 days here. Super excited to have him. Dion, we're going to go do all sorts of this awful stuff together. Do you know where the owner is? It's the bank. The bank's the owner now. Yep, the bank's the owner. That place is borderline redo or dozer. So that's the question. It's in pretty bad shape. But I think the foundation is actually pretty sound. So it would, yeah, that's why I'm saying it'd be $120,000. There's rot in some places, but the rot is really in the roof and that where that fell in that kitchen. That's all stuff that can be redone. That's the type of stuff, just so you guys know, that's not a really good first flip project, but for a seasoned investor, this is the type of stuff that we love because there's just that much more value in it, because we know a new investor can't get the funds, can't line up the things that they need to line up to do a project like this. So because they can't, we have a huge advantage because we have all the people, we've done it all before. And that's where what we teach in the Lumberjack Landlord course is to try and give you guys the leg up. So you've actually seen all that I've seen. You've done all that I've done. And when you get to that position, it makes that many more houses available to you to actually do as a project. That's why That's why my course is such an amazing value. That's it right there, is because I've done this. I've done this 50 times before. But if you guys glean 4, 5, 6, 7 things, this gives you the ability to do a project like this and not be that first time investor that has to say no to something like this, because you've actually gotten in there, you've actually done the work. That's where we've been doing this with a couple folks with the combination of the course, the boot camp, and the one-time consulting stuff. And those people are just absolutely blowing it up. They bought multiple properties. They're doing projects gutting all the way to the studs. They're doing massive projects, and it's because they can feel confident about it, because they can tap on an expert and they can say, hey, this is what I'm seeing, what would you do? And then I'm giving them ideas. I would look at getting quotes on this, this, and this, and then that will give them the right path. That's where the value comes in. Finding the owner and getting in touch with them seems borderline impossible sometimes. That's true, it is. Does this house actually have a mortgage? No, it wouldn't have a mortgage. But that's the other thing too, is I teach people how to actually get a mortgage on this house. Because you can get a mortgage on this house. Well, you can't, but I can. And it's because I know exactly how to talk to a bank. Because the owner's not going to finance it. The selling bank isn't going to finance it because they want it off their balance sheet. So, yep. So, guys, that's everything for the live. I got to let my agent go. He has other amazing things to go do, and so do I. Saturday morning is yard sale Saturday, but this was the only time that Jay and I could get out here to do this. But I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastically awesome day, and I will talk to you guys soon. Actually, tonight, if you're one of my students, boot camp starts tonight, guys. Couldn't be more excited to get this thing going. And then live stream tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. We'll see you guys then. Take care, everybody.